to do the Joker review. We watched it recently, and we enjoyed it a lot.
It was really good.
There's a lot to talk about, I think, with the movie. I liked that it was like a performance-driven movie. It wasn't, because it's all about Joaquin. Yes. It's all about Joker. It's not about Harley Quinn, really even Bruce, or it's just him. So it's mostly just shots of him by himself, acting, dancing, and it's just like for someone to like make a movie entertaining, like kind of like on your own is like,
it's hard.
That's very, very hard. Yeah. But I liked that it was
Joaquin, he did a really good job with that, and like what you were saying, it's kind of hard to do that with movies. Like if it's really kind of yourself and I in the movie. Like I Am Legend didn't really do it that well. I mean, I love Will Smith, but like you don't see that many good ones. And I thought this was a really good centered film about the Joker's character. I just loved it because it was what was I saying? I just felt like it was, we always get the movies about like rise of heroes, and this was a rise about a villain, and it was really cool to see this interpretation of it. Like, I thought it was lovely.
Yeah. I mean, I think we talked about it, like, I liked the origin of his laugh. Like, I didn't look up if this is how, like, happened in other...
Probably in a different... There's so many universes.
Right, because there's, like, that toxic gas.
He filmed the pool of chemicals, other ones.
And so, there's always another story of how or why he is the way he is. But I just loved that, like, that's such a real thing. That could be someone's, like, tick, you know? Like, they laugh, they can't help it. And I thought that was super cool. And, like... Also, how the movie kind of starts with him laughing at the therapist, and then it ends with him doing like the laugh with the other therapist when he's in the Arkham hospital or prison. I'm not sure. So that's kind of, I like that little
connection or that
in there.
I thought it was really cool. Yeah, it's hard to sometimes to talk about this because mental health or mental illness is a big issue, especially in like America, because it's just something we don't take very serious. But it's interesting to get a glimpse of a life of someone that has some type of, something going on. Yeah. And so the fact, like, with the neighbor, the chick, like, all of that stuff was in his head. Yeah. It kind of gives you a little bit of perspective of what that's like. And I thought that was a really nice touch to the movie.
I agree. It was a really cool part, but it's sad. I mean, it's sad.
Yeah, I remember you gasped. You were just like, when you realized that it was...
Yeah, I gasped a few times. Like, with the violence was super realistic. And like, when he shoots those guys right away, like that guy, the first guy he shoots in the train, it just caught me off guard. I was like, whoa. Like, like, it's like, he's straight up killing people, and like... It just seemed it seemed very real, and so it's like
it's very appropriate for him too. Yeah, because like literally, this is the Joker. Granted, there have been other versions where he was a fine person, and then something went wrong. But like this is just like this is the Joker. Yeah. He kills people on a whim. He just so it's like the fact that did happen, especially on the train, because we were just like.
It's just so, it was just like caught off guard. I like they started singing, and like it's just it's eerie. Like there was so many parts. I'm trying to think. Well, the other part too was when he was on the Murray show. Yeah. And there's just moments of like these like very tense. Like you're like, what is he gonna do? Right. Because he's so crazy, but then he'll like be good.
He'll be like. Because he was trying, and we saw it a lot. He was trying to be normal, or like what people wanted, and so him taking the notes and stuff. So when you did get those moments, those glimpses of just like the calm right before that storm, it was very terrifying because you didn't know.
Yeah, as the movie progresses, he starts to gain more confidence, right? But it's as he starts to break out of his shell and be him, like accepting of himself, and like the things going on in his head, and like I know that might I feel like some people were offended by that, or like that they're glorifying this like loner mentality who becomes like the killer.
Wow.
But this is the Joker.
It's the Joker.
So it's like his story.
So if you're not expecting that, why are you watching it? Like, I don't know, that's stupid. I'm sorry. I didn't realize that was a thing.
I think some people were. Like, it's just like, whoa, this is too much. But it's like, this is realistically... if this was a realistic biography of the Joker, this would be it.
This sums it about up.
Yeah, I mean, so...
Like...
I do like the little aspects of him, like, becoming confident. Where his hair, he starts to slick it back. Mm-hmm. And, like, just his face, he just starts to, like, look more calm or at least relaxed within himself. But it's eerie because it happens every time he hurts someone or like kills someone. And it's like, ooh, it's like dark.
It is
like
really
because of
dark.
that, but it's just and you I don't know. In a way you kind of root for him too. It's weird. Like I was like,
I'm just watching.
I feel so bad because it's all this shit he goes through. Yeah, and you're kind of like, you get it. You know, you're like, I get why you would feel those things. You don't want him to kill, obviously.
Right.
But you're like, but in a way, you're like, damn, he's coming out of that shell.
Well, he comes from such a dark past. Yeah. I mean, he was. What, did she kidnap him or did she find him?
She adopted him. The mom.
But it wasn't like a legit adoption, right?
Because she had paper.
Okay.
The paperwork.
Gotcha. So she adopted him.
Yeah. For what reason?
Freaking got head knocked in, so that's why he is. And it's just like, so while we are not, agreeing with the choices he made, obviously. It's the Joker's. Who cares?
It's the Joker.
It's the Joker. Let's be honest.
I mean, really.
But like, you at least have a better understanding as why he is what he is.
Yeah.
And especially with that laugh, like this interpretation of how he has his laugh is really good.
Yeah.
It was good.
And like the Bruce and their little meeting, like it's cool.
That was the one thing I didn't think was necessary in this
really?
movie. Like to tie in the Joker to the Wayne family, which I mean it's not bad, but it was one part that wasn't necessary. But it was good.
For me, it was like if they go the sequel route,
yes,
it would make sense.
Which I feel like there wouldn't. I don't know why they would do a sequel for this one.
We were talking about like, well, will they? Because the way it ended with Bruce, which that's not to jump all over the place, but that's such a beautiful like tie-in at the end where they're running. Let's go through the alleyway. And you're like, oh shit!
Never go through the freaking alleyway.
No one ever learns. No. But it's such a like as a little child you watch Batman the cartoons or whatever and you know what's about to happen.
That mugger, the mugger with the gun, the pearls, all.
And so that was really awesome.
It was awesome to see that. I will give it to him, but
yeah. And then they had us fooled because we thought potentially he was going to be his big brother. That was also the reason
they had good was M. Night Shyamalan in here because there were twists. There were
a lot of twists.
Like, so when he went on the... Sorry, we are jumping. but the Murray show. Yeah. Like, we did not know if he was going to kill himself.
Right.
Or what. And I'm sure you thought he was going to kill himself, too.
Yeah, because that was the joke.
That was the joke.
Yeah.
Like, and he was in such a dark place. Mm-hmm. And his, his mental health isn't that good. So it would have been a joke for him. Yeah. So the fact that he just...
Yeah.
Murray.
It's just, I mean, he just acted so well. Yeah. Like,
getting his body in that way, like, it kind of makes me sick when actors do that to themselves. Yeah. Like, obviously they have coaches that help and, try and keep them, with the nutrients and all that. Right. But it's always hard to see that kind of, appearance because it's just so unhealthy. Yeah. But it added perfect for his character.
It's interesting because his mom had narcissistic personality disorder. Yeah. And I wonder if that passed. I know it's. I feel like you get that from nurture versus nature. So it's like she was abusive to him and very probably just crazy.
Yeah.
And he has narcissism for sure, because there, even in the beginning, even though he was really nice to people, there was times where the camera would pan on him and he would just have this like grandiose like feel about him, where he, even though people looked down upon him, he saw himself as higher. But then like there's just moments where like Joaquin's eyes he would do certain, like when he was in the audience in his little imagination.
Oh yeah.
And like he was like, I take care of my mom, and you know,
yeah,
whatever.
Yeah, kind
and
of like yes, applaud me.
Yeah, and then when people applauded, he was just like
yes.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just interesting. And then as the decline into craziness or insanity, he then was just a completely like, I am this, like this is me.
Yeah.
You know. And
with that, I'd actually say with his, did you notice his eyes throughout the film? Like at the very beginning when he was talking to the therapist, they kind of were just like these black, soulless,
like
things.
Sad.
Very sad.
Yeah.
And like empty, like and then at the end they were lit up.
Yeah.
Like you could see his irises. And it was a very interesting addition as well. Like
so maybe even the lighting.
Yeah,
probably the lighting.
Yeah, probably that too. But you know, because at the beginning I was just like, ooh, when I saw his eyes, I'm like, they look like demon eyes.
Yeah, the little demon. There's comedic moments too. There's some really like funny, like when the little guy was the dwarf. I don't know what
Gary.
When Ronald or whatever that guy's name was, whoever sold him the gun, Gary came over to his house to like be like, but when that whole murder thing happened, and then he's like go, and then he like goes and
then the door, which we're not. I'm sorry, we're not trying to like make fun of anyone. No. There were those comedic moments.
Dark humor,
yeah.
And then he unlocks. He's like, I've always loved you. You're like,
you were the only one who was nice to me. I'm like, be nice to people, y'all.
That is true. Not that it's an excuse to murder people if you're like.
But if you're kind, if you're kind to people, you might survive.
There's no reason to be mean to someone.
Exactly.
Anyways, in general.
Yeah. Especially someone who has a condition. Like
I know.
I think that's why we rooted for him so much, because like people would find out about his condition and they were not compassionate or understanding. They were just very, you're weird, you're a freak.
Like all he needed was love from he wanted his dad, he didn't have a dad, you know, and all that, like, it's just, it's a sad story. It's like he says, like a tragedy. He thought his life was a tragedy, then it became a comedy.
Which is, they tie them together, so it makes sense.
And then there's like a one part where after he kills his mom, and then he like looks to the light, or like his face is lit up, which I feel like is like his like metamorphosis into
like kind of that little
starting.
You're right.
Point of get rid of her. Probably the woman, the one person who he thought was on his side was really the one who.
That was like the last.
Yeah, that was it.
Straw for him. Yeah.
Do you think that he killed
the neighbor, the girl? I've been thinking about that.
Because he just leaves.
I don't think he did.
Yeah.
And the only reason why I say that is because all the other instances where you don't know if he's killed someone or not, like there's blood.
Yeah, right.
So it's just like, there was no blood. So I'm hoping
that he didn't.
Because that woman is...
I know.
She was very calm about it too.
She was.
And like, she was not like, get out. You know.
Right.
So
she understood kind of just like, you're in the wrong house.
Yeah.
Okay. But
she was definitely scared. But that was a very intense moment too. So, I mean, that would be if you just walk home and someone's on your couch.
Yeah. Probably the thing I want to talk about, the last thing is the ending of the movie. I really...
Like the riot and him being on...
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, it's just really... Like, the one goon in the clown mask hitting the cop car with the ambulance, that just reminded me of the beginning of The Dark Knight. Like, when all, they're all wearing those masks, so... The like that the nod to The Dark Knight.
Yeah, nod to
And then when he gets up onto the
and he's like a performance and that's And then
people are finally accepted him. People are finally seeing him.
Even in the car, or was it the car?
When he was...
Where the cop was just like, what did he say? Pretty much he was just like, all this is happening because of you.
Yeah.
He was just like, I know.
Yeah.
And he was just so like,
yeah.
I don't know. That was like it for him.
Yeah.
And then going into the bows and all that, very Joker.
Yes. And then like the blood, he puts that.
Oh,
that
smile. The whole thing, like in the beginning when he was doing that.
Yep.
Gosh.
Did it to Bruce. He died. It's just a very interesting, because his mom was like, you always have to keep that smile. Like, ooh.
It was good. It was, and this is a good. It wasn't what I was expecting.
Me either. Yeah.
But this was a really good interpretation of the Joker, and I think I would enjoy this more than like just dark, sinister Joker, just with the chemical fall and all that. It was just, this was good.
I agree. I really, it was a good, like, interesting ride. You just didn't know what to expect at all. Like,
and that's a good movie.
Yeah.
When you don't know what to expect.
It really is. And yeah, I mean, whether or not they're going to make a sequel or continue with Joaquin as the Joker. Which I think they should. I think
we didn't talk about that, like this Joker compared to like other Jokers, but
I mean, it just, I love, for both of us, I know our favorite villain is like is the Joker. Like, I've always had a crush. Yes.
On cartoon Joker in his like purple suit,
I know,
white painted face.
I was always like, I'm totally gonna be late, but he's abusive and crazy, so it's whatever. But it's like one of those things. Like, I think him as a villain he's
a good villain.
He's one of the best.
He's for sure. He is one of the best.
I think he is, like,
because he doesn't have an agenda. He just wants to mess things up. Like that's. He's Lex Luthor always pissed me off because he's just like, let me buy all these machines and take down Super. Like, get over yourself, Lex. Come on. Joker, however.
Yeah.
He has it.
Yep. I loved it. And then we were talking about this when we first watched the movie, and I was like, I don't know if I felt like they were passing the torch to Joaquin.
I hope.
For when everyone was applauding him at the end, it was like, he's fine. He is Joker.
For future movies.
I mean, for a few, but I don't know. I mean, he's gonna get an Oscar. He has to be nominated.
Better.
Because that performance was just too crazy.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Out of all the Jokers that we've watched, he's up there.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he's there with Heath.
Yeah, I think so.
But in a different way.
Just a different...
Completely different way, but he's up there.
I agree.
So.
Yeah. I want to hear what people will have to say about that. We want to know what you guys thought, think.
True. Yeah. I haven't looked at anyone else's reviews because I didn't want to spoil.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of caught a glimpse of Akasan talking about it, but I just, even there, I'm just like, I don't want to know, because I just want to think about it.
It's just interesting how, this is a very divided movie, I've noticed. There's been, when on Instagram, people are like, oh, I loved it. It's the same people. We were saying, or you said it was almost like a Midsummer thing, and I felt I could see that because it's very, almost like with the main character in Midsummer, which I'm forgetting her name all of a sudden.
Danny?
Yeah. It's almost like someone who is on the verge of mental health again, and then feeding into that kind of insanity, and then at the end, just accepting it.
And yes, that is true. It's the same. Well, not the same journey, but essentially, it's the same journey. So let's just call it as it is.
Which is the same but then Midsummer was also very divided by people
that's
too.
True.
So and we liked Midsummer, So I've noticed that the people who enjoyed that movie enjoyed Joker.
Yeah, where they kind of take movies sometimes now is like, it deals with real things, which I'm not trying to call anyone out, so please don't take this personal. But there are many people that don't want to see those real issues. Yeah. They're happy just kind of, it makes them uncomfortable because a lot of us don't know how to cope with these kind of, or they've never had anyone in their lives that had these issues. Like, I mean, my mom was a psychologist, so like we talked about emotions and feelings and what causes this and what causes that. So like this movie made sense to me. Like, not completely, I'm not a mental health expert or anything, but it made more sense and I was comfortable with it. But for people who, you know,
I can see that.
Live not like that, you know, it's hard.
It does seem like movies like that where it does kind of touch sensitive topics lately people are kind of like taken back by it and they're like, I don't like it.
And I don't know,
because maybe they don't know how to process how they are feeling
about it.
I'm not sure, but I don't know. We enjoyed it a lot, and
I would give this one out of 10. What would I give it?
Ooh, I don't even sit here and think.
I mean, I really liked it. What did we give Midsummer?
10 out of 10.
I'd probably give this one a 10 out of 10. I
mean, it's like, I see the interpretation. I like what the director did.
Yes.
I think
the shots were phenomenal.
The visuals
were so good.
Like in the theater when he's walking down the stairs in the bus.
And the stairs.
There's so many awesome shots like that.
Can I say?
No.
My shot, I really like the one I liked the most, because it had some comedy in there. When he was being introduced on the Murray Show, and he was like kind of just doing this was his ritual. Have you noticed that was his ritual in transforming? And like the guy on the side, that was just like, what you doing, fool? He was so confused.
He was, and I think he even tapped the lady.
But. Yeah, that was a good
and then he kisses that old lady like that. That was really funny. That was super cool. I was like, dang.
What a boy.
He's like a celebrity, pretty much.
I loved it. And he came out so, I'm sorry,
all
we
the
need to
swag,
go, but he came out with so much swag.
With his cigarette, okay. Hold on. No. When he's walking down the stairs, though, with that cigarette,
like never, I mean, I quit smoking, but like, he makes someone have a sip.
I mean, he looked so cool. I just love that difference, though, the change. It's just so crazy how an actor can
so another
do
applaud
that.
to him. Because gosh, that was so good. I need to watch it again. If you haven't seen it, check out The Joker. It's still in theaters, I believe.
Hopefully you guys enjoyed this review. Let us know what you thought about the movie as well. And we'll see you guys next time for the next review. Bye.
Can't forget about your face now, your style and your grace now. There's clearly no debate now. You're all in second base now.